All right, guys, let's take a look at questions like number 5, where we're finding the average, but we have a statistical display or a graph instead of just a regular data set. So we talked about in class that the very first thing that we need to do if we're working with a graph is to pull out those numbers and just create ourselves a numerical data list. So if I'm looking at this chart here, it's about the feet of giraffe heights in feet. We had two giraffes that were 14 feet. So as I'm listing out my data set, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put two 14s because I've got two dots here, so I know that two of them were 14 feet. Then I've got three giraffes that measured at 15 feet. So in my data set, I'm going to put three 15s. Okay. I had two giraffes that measured 16 feet. So there's my two 16s. And then over here we had two giraffes that measured 18 feet. Now, notice there's no dots at 17, so we don't put it in our data set. So now we have that numerical data set that we're used to working with, and all we have to do is those normal steps to calculating the mean. We have to add them up and then divide by how many there are. So we're going to find the sum. We're going to add them together. 14 plus 14 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 16 plus 16 plus 18 plus 18. We get 141. The reason that we're dividing by 9 is because there's 9 numbers in our data set. So we added them up to get 141. There are 9 pieces of data, so we're going to divide it by 9. Now when we do that, go ahead and punch that into your calculator and you'll see that you get this really, really, really long decimal that doesn't end. Okay. In the directions on this question, it said make sure that you round to the nearest tenth place. So when we round to the nearest tenth, we get that the average height of the giraffe is 15.7 feet. Okay, so you have another question like this right after this one. All you have to do, the only difference is that you're going to look at your graph and you're just going to create your data set.